hey, Rakdos tempo. I don't know what that looks like, but we can give it a go. Yeah. So okay. So when you're building tempo, you gotta. It's all about getting a threat to stick early and then controlling the board. So if we're gonna be doing Rakdos tempo, we need to take a look at what meta is that gonna work in, and so you got me thinking. Excellent. Excellent, Hunk. Love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Kroxa, yep. Yeah, Kroxa's solid for sure. Let's go ahead and throw... And 90% of the time, Kroxa is going to be a late game plan B, but more importantly, hand disruption early. You've been ignored? What? No, Grape. I see you, man. I see you. Ooh, Pakor gates with Brash Taunter and Caprador. Oh my goodness, those gates ablaze would get nuts. I love that, actually. That'd be fantastic. What is it? Grape, I see you, man. I said hi. I'm pretty sure I said hi. I hope I said hi. But, so the other thing is, like, when you're looking at tempo, a lot of the time you want instant speed interaction that can stop your opponent from progressing their game plan, which is why blue tends to be like the go-to tempo color. So if we were to try to build Rakdos tempo, I want kill spells. I want lots and lots of kill spells. I want lots and lots of kill spells, and I want to play it exclusively in best of one so we can be going up against aggro decks where the kill spells are going to come in handy. Otherwise, yikes. And then we're also going to need some hand disruption. So Agonizing Remorse does a good job with that. Unfortunately, it's not an instant speed, so that's an issue, but we can work around that. Oh, don't worry, Honk. I'll definitely check them out. Oh, you spent the last 8 hours grinding Destitute. Nice. Man, that game looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, Pakor, that idea of Brash Taunter with Caprador, I love the like anything where you're dealing damage to your own stuff intentionally is just weird. Ooh, Duress actually, yep. Yeah, we could throw Duress in there actually because, you know what? Actually, we might want to put Agonizing Remorse in the sideboard and actually put Duress in instead because it's going to be the. And actually, something that might work here is actually Vicious Rumors if we're just going for hand hate. But we run the risk if we're going to just hurt on our opponent's hand. Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant, Honk, you're right. Bone Crusher Giant is a potential win con. Actually, talk about an early threat that can stick and really cause some pain. Brash Hunter can even fight your own Ram Class. Ah, that's fantastic. I love it. Kroxa is worded in a very frustrating manner. So whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield lower attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. 8 rack without the rack. Actually, like with Davriel and like Davriel Ob Nixilis, Underworld Dreams, like there you could do it. You could build an 8 rack style situation. Sack Devil, yeah, Mayhem Devil is pretty great. Do we have enough sack? Yeah, I think it's Mayhem Devil that you're thinking of. Yeah, Mayhem Devil is good. I'm a little bit worried about spending too much on it. Just full on hand hate. Yeah, I mean hand hate with a little bit of board clearing. Ooh, you know what is? Angrass Rampage is a killer card because it hits planeswalkers. Plus, well, it can actually hit artifacts or creatures, whatever's more important. But the best part is, Angrass Rampage is clutch against like mutate decks with Paradise Druid or anything with Hexproof or Shroud because you're targeting the player, not the creature. So that's really useful. Yeah. Oh, I had the cat, Evan. Oh yeah, about that. Arhenia, welcome. Ah, shucks. Well, thank you so much. Shucks. I appreciate you, Arhenia. Grim Tutor is great. I do love me some Grim Tutors. So the idea with the perfect game plan in Tempo is stop your opponent from doing anything that you want, get a threat on the board, and just punch him to death with it. Now we can just Kroxa the just snot out of them, and I think Kroxa is going to end up being our game plan most of the time with Bone Crusher Giant as a backup. I'm hesitant to put any 3-drop in that doesn't directly impact our opponent's ability to play the game, because we're bad. Well, I'm a bad person. That's what we're seeing here. Yeah, we're gonna just Kroxa the snot out of them. Exactly. That's the goal, and we're gonna fill our graveyard up with instants that we can just chuck to the escape later. Call the Death Roller solid. Omen of the Dead. Lurrus, all of these are great choices for sure. Ooh, actually, Lurrus with Kroxa could be a nightmare for our opponent. I kind of love that. I love that. I don't want to, like, that's definitely a plan B. And we're going to, actually, you know, we could set Lurrus as the companion. Like, there's no reason not to. Ooh, but having to spend 3 to pull her out of the companion zone is kind of, yeah, not as a companion for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and put 2 in the main deck because it's a plan B. So what's the win con? CC, the win con is not letting our opponent play the game and punching him to death with Kroxa and or Bone Crusher Giant. That's the idea. Yeah, because when you say tempo, that's what we're all about. Kroxa does self-sack, you're right. And so Mayhem Devil does trigger with that, but you only get 1 damage, and Kroxa is our only sacrifice. And so the 3-drop is a little bit pricey for what we're trying to do, in order, you know, for there to not be more synergy on it, if that makes sense. You know, the other way that we could do it actually is, you know, that's actually a fine call out though, because rather than running kill spells, what we could do is we could run steal effects with the Witch's Oven. Yeah, no, it's all about Village Rites, Sack Roxiford, or Fling. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because one of the issues that we're going to have is refilling our hand. So rather than going Hand Hate, actually, because the Hand Hate is nice. Actually, yeah, Kitty caught the ban, but the Oven didn't. We can still use the Oven. There's no reason not to. So what we can do, or is it Act of Treason? When our opponent has big threats down, we can just steal them, punch them with those, and then sacrifice them to the Oven or to Village Rites to restock our hand. So all of a sudden, Mayhem Devil kind of fits here. And so I guess when we're looking at Rakdos Tempo, we're looking at a new form of Rakdos Sacrifice, is what we end up doing. Aspect of Lamprey. Yeah, if we're going full on Hand Hate, that's not bad. That can definitely do some work. No question. Aw, shucks, Honk. Yeah, Pakor, good call with Village Rites, because yeah, it works with Kroxa beautifully. And then actually there's Act of Treason, there are a couple of other ones too. Actually, let's do a quick look for gain control. If I want to steal stuff, what are our options? Oh my goodness, Dread Presence is so freaking nasty. I've gone up against a couple of Dread Presence decks recently since the ban, which is lovely. Elspeth's Nightmare is good for sure. The Ravens attacking the guy at the artwork. I think it's actually Revenge of Ravens is that one. Pure Gamers, welcome. I'm doing well. How about you? Good evening, Broken Shadows. How are you doing, my friend? Ooh, a Kerwin War actually. Yeah, we can gain control of creatures for a while. That way, Traitorous Greed. That was the one I was thinking of. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste, and then you add 2 mana of any one color. That 2 mana is not nothing. It doesn't synergize with Angrass Rampage, unfortunately, because we need 2 of different colors. But you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull Act of Treason out. We'll put Traitor's Greed in. Inevitable End. Oh, the enchantment that forces your opponent to sacrifice stuff. That is delightful. It's true. Broken Diamond today? Oh my goodness. Well done, Broken Shadows. That Golem deck is nasty. Yeah. The Lynx deodorant sponsor vid I made. Pure Gamers, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'll say, is it in the Discord? Minions Return. Ooh. Oh yeah, yep. That. Now all of this stuff that we're doing right now works if we're going up against creature-centric decks. The moment we go up against control decks, then we're going to be in a rough shape. Excellent. Thank you, Pure Gamers. I'll definitely have to check that out. You know what? Actually, so Scorching Dragonfire. You know what? Rather than Scorching Dragonfire and even rather than Heartless Act, let's go Murderous Rider. Because I want to make sure that we have some versatility, and being able to hit Planeswalkers is going to be really, really important. Although, actually, does Witch's Oven make sense? I mean, if we're leaning into Trader's Greed, we probably don't need 4 ovens. Because without the cat, there's not a ton we can do with it. So Village Rites is going to be our primary sack outlet, but Witch's Oven is going to be available to us. No, and Grape, you're not wrong. And if we have the mana to spend on a Minions Return, that would be fantastic. No question. Because you can do some fun stuff with that. And I loved, I do love stealing stuff with that. Extinction Event is an excellent board wipe, and we will definitely need them. You know what? Mill discard. I wouldn't want to play Mill, but discard is pretty solid. Nightmare Shepherd and Nightmare Shepherd. Great. That is a brilliant call. Well done. So yeah, we'll definitely throw in a couple of extinction events, and we'll throw in more into the sideboard in the off chance that we end up playing this thing in best of 3. Okay, so yeah, Nightmare Shepherd. Let's go ahead and grab 2 of those. Because, yeah, Nightmare Shepherd synergizes with Kroxa at a beautiful effect. Yeah, it's not super great. Actually, and we can throw Flame Sweep in the sideboard. Because it's great against weenie decks, but... yeah, okay. Cry the Cranarium. Cry the Cranarium is lovely. It's true. Cry the Cranarium and Flame Sweep end up functioning very much the same, and with the cat gone, I'm not as worried about exiling my opponent's stuff, because there aren't as many graveyard synergies. With the cat around, Cry the Cranarium was just killer. That was really important, but now I'm not so sure. Excellent. Thank you, Pure Gamers. I'll definitely have to check that out. So everybody, if you're not already on the Discord server, the color makeup, yeah, so here's what we got so far. Yeah, we're definitely primarily black. Ooh. No, you're right. Winota tokens is definitely a thing. So yeah, being able to sweep the board of tokens is not nothing. Yeah. Underworld Dreams handle. You know what? Underworld Dreams is fun, and yeah, we do have the, with the current breakdown, the 3 pips wouldn't be that rough. You know what? We can go ahead and throw that in the sideboard. Drag to the Underworld is also great. I forget about that. And throw 3 in the side. Crying Freak as Libation. Yeah. I think that's right. Too slow. Okay. It doesn't win often. All right. I believe it. My thought is, if we're going up against a grindy opponent, having an extra gas in the tank to help, to help grind him out. Although, yeah, 1 damage, it's not a lot. I'll go ahead and put 1 in, just see if we can hit it. Yeah. Oh, you have a full Dream deck? That's awesome. So I assume you're running like a Peer into the Abyss and what else? There are a handful of pretty good ones. Actually, Foreboding Fruit is one that I really want to. I want to kill somebody with a Foreboding Fruit. That's something I have yet to do. Because Because Foreboding Fruit, it's target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So if you have Underworld Dreams and hopefully like Underworld Dreams and Ob Nixilis on the board, because then his target player draws 2 cards and loses 6 life, which is pretty great. Ooh, Thought Distortion. I forget about Thought Distortion. Definitely want to have at least 1 Thought Distortion, and actually, let's go ahead and put 2 in the sideboard as well. I like Freak as a Libation. Let's go. We can go down to 3 though, and not be hurting too bad. Bedeck Bedazzle. That's a yeah. I like the idea of Bedeck Bedazzle more than the actual card. Target player or target creature for 2 -3 toughness isn't nothing. I guess Bedeck is actually fairly versatile. But then Bedazzle, destroy target non-basic land, deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Yeah, Bedazzle's a little expensive, but oh, Bedevil is great. I love that card. And so here's the question: is Bedevil better than Bonecrusher Giant? I think that's the question. I think it might be. Ooh, okay, but you know what? I'm realizing Nightmare Shepherd and Luris are actually counterproductive. They go against each other a bit, and that makes me a little nervous. Carnival Carnage. So Bedevil just... So, Randy, you would just say straight up Bedevil's better than Angrass Rampage? Yeah, alright. My thought with Angrass Rampage is creatures with hexproof don't get around it, but they also need to be the only creature. So I guess that is kind of a pretty considerable restriction. All right, you can throw Bedevil in there, half and half. Priest is fantastic. Yeah, Priest of the Forgotten Gods is like... That card is so good. I don't know that we have enough creatures to make that worthwhile. I understand we're running Traitorous Greed, and so hopefully we'll be stealing our opponent's stuff to sack to the Priest. Okay, so here's the question. We have the Witch's Oven. Would we rather have Priest of the Forgotten Gods? I think probably. We probably want Priest. And we're just going to be... Here's the problem with trying to brew in Standard, is the card pool is like so narrow just by design. And which is funny because this is like the most wide open Standard is, going to be. We're just gonna end up playing Rakdos Sacrifice because it's just so good. All right, let's go down to 1 Nightmare Shepherd. Yeah, this is just gonna be Rakdos Sacrifice. We're trying to make Rakdos tempo. We're trying. That's the goal. Yeah. See, this is only going to work against creature-heavy decks. If we're going up against against aggro, this is going to crush. And so I think in a best of 1, we're going to be in pretty good shape. I'm a little bit nervous about going into best of 3 with this, but we could. Make it take the Blood Aspirant. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that could be something. Fire Prophecy is great, no question about it. No, we got rid of most of our burn. Yeah, I mean, we got Roggen Bonecrusher and Murderous Rider. Would it make sense instead of Witch's Oven for us to have Lucky Clover? I mean, those are our only adventures, and so 4 Clovers would be a bit much. But doubling up on either of those could be really impressive. You don't think so, Arhenia? Okay. Because if we don't have them, they're just going to be dead cards. Yeah, I can appreciate that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Whereas Witch's Oven is going to combo with a lot of the other stuff we've got going on. Trying to mono red control, CCE, actually I have a mono red control. It's not good. But it uses Brash Taunter as the finisher. Not any spell combos and loot alone. No, you're right. No, Arheni, you're 100% right. Well, and so what we're trying to find the right balance of synergy and just quality standalone cards. There is a new Lily in M21, yes, and she's not very good. I mean, I like her, but... Yeah, Liliana, Waker of the Dead. Like, I like her. She's fine. Like, she's a fair planeswalker. Like, she's a fair 4-drop planeswalker. And she works really well in reanimation strategies. Like, she's solid. Not amazing, but rock solid. Lily's Triumph is actually pretty good. You're not wrong. That actually would work better than Engrass Rampage in a lot of cases. And if we were to run... If we were going to be running Lily, I'd rather have Dreadhorde General. But then this is definitely going to be Rakdos control, not tempo, which like there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but trying to build a tempo style is kind of my thought. It's ultimately what I'm going for. So yeah, the hope is, yeah. So ultimately, this is a variant of Rakdos Sacrifice is what we end up with. But at the same time, Rakdos Sacrifice is really, really good. Like, there's a reason that it's king of, you know, there's a reason it's one of the top in the meta right now. You know what? We can go down to what's our average? Our average mana cost is 2.6. So I would say we can actually drop one land, go down to 23 to hit 60. Okay. So I'm not mad at this. Let's go ahead and let's get the mana base where we want it. Oh, why'd I do that? We definitely want 4 Blood Crypts. We could throw a Temple in here, but I think I would rather have Fabled Passage. All right. Cool. So here's what we got. Beans, beans, beans! What is up, my dude? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Broken Shadows, you're good. We're defaced. You know, it's funny. I was actually thinking about Vicious Rumors. I was thinking maybe we could throw Vicious Rumors in here. That could be fun. Rock on. Rock on, Beans. Safe travels, and yeah, we will see you in a half an hour. I'll be here. Fantastic. So yeah, so here we have it's a Rakdos Sacrifice. No, no denying it. But at the same time, without the cat, Suffocating Fumes to piss off red aggro. Oh, we got plenty to piss off red aggro in here. Suffocating Fumes is a real feel bad though. That's because it's like not even particularly good. What? Yeah, all creatures get -1/-1 for 3. That's such a terrible rate. Like, why would you run that instead of Flame Sweep? In this setup, anyway. Yeah, Flame Sweep and Cry the Cranarium are just strictly better. But although, I mean, Cry the Cranarium is sorcery speed, so there's that, I suppose. But yeah, that'd be hilarious. Though. And those Winota token decks, just like somebody doing like a bunch of like Cranko tokens. You'd be like, no, get all of this out of here. That could be fun. But no, so here we go. So this is something. Like, is it great? I don't know, but there's something to it. So yeah, Lurrus and Kroxa could be money. Lurrus would also help us get back the Priest or the Oven if they end up in our graveyard for any reason. So that's pretty slick. And then we just have we are gonna just clear cut our opponent's board of creatures. Like, they're just not allowed. Unexpected Fangs. Love it. Yeah, so we've got stuff like Thought Distortion, more Extinction Events in the sideboard. So if we do play it in best of 3, we have an opportunity to slot in against, control decks. Actually, if anything, I'll go ahead and I'll take the Underworld Dreams out for a 4th Thought Distortion, because Thought Distortion against, well, I mean, Bant Ramp isn't a thing anymore, but against control decks, Thought Distortion just crushes. So I want to be able to crush, some stuff. Yeah, Thought Distortion is one of those that often is usually in the right matchup, an opponent will respond to Thought Distortion with a concede. I've definitely had that a number of times, and it feels really good. Yeah, when you clear an opponent's hand of like 15 cards, and then they're just like, all right, later. Yeah, good feeling. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and unleash some fury, but I can go ahead and touch on it. So as far as mono red control goes, so here was my attempt at building mono red control. It's just all burn. Just burn, 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 And then if you want to see actually the thought process that went into crafting this particular deck, you can actually do so. It's the second episode of the Rogue Deck Workshop, my second show over on YouTube. We actually built this deck, and yeah, it's interesting. About Krasis into a Thought Distortion. Oh my goodness, that is the most satisfying feeling ever. Arhenia, 100% yes. Unleash Fury. What is... do I have that in here? Oh, Unleash Fury, where it doubles the target creature's power. I feel like there's a place for it. Oh, and Pakor, sorry, I just saw it. So could Karvak be an option? Possibly. Yeah, actually, Karvak could be interesting. Potentially coming out of the sideboard. New deck. I hope I spelled that right. Rakdos Tempo. All right. Yeah, so Unleash Fury, it doubles the power. Yeah. So there's a time and a place for that, I think. But it's such a unique... No, so Karvak versus the... Is that with... I can't spell, apparently. There he is. So yeah, Karvak, other creatures getting -1/-1. And actually, let's see, does it hit any... Like, does that impact anything? It would impact our Nightmare Shepherd pretty negatively. But other than that, actually, because Priest of the Forgotten Gods has 2 toughness. Yeah, no, I agree that Karvak is pretty slick. It's a cool option. And the fact that it's static, it's like, well, it's that suffocating fumes, except it doesn't, except it sticks around. So actually, in place of the Nightmare Shepherd, that might work nicely. Except with Nightmare Shepherd, we can also, if we're stealing our opponent's stuff, Nightmare Shepherd is going to proc, potentially, and that's pretty nice. Yeah, Karvak is interesting. And thank you, Pakor, for the spelling. I appreciate that. Alright, so Arhenia, sorry, I see that there's a... I've had 2 Fiery Emancipations out yesterday. Holy cow. Tried to kill me with a Shock and a Bone Crusher Giant. Sure, both in for 18. But he had a Brash Taunter out in Gideon's Sacrifice. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Arhenia, that's wonderful. I love it. Gideon's Sacrifice with Brash Taunter is nuts. And the other thing with Brash Taunter and Fiery Emancipation specifically is if damage is being tripled, when a Brash Taunter gets hit, the damage that gets hit on the Brash Taunter is tripled, and then the damage that the Brash Taunter does to the opponent is tripled. So you effectively, like, multiply it by 9? Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. Yeah, so Karvak's pretty solid. You can do some fun stuff with that for sure. I'll put a pin in that. We may come back to Karvak if the Nightmare Shepherd doesn't end up popping off. We might go that route. But let's go ahead and take this thing into the ladder and see what happens. All right, so we've got Rakdos Tempo. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and roll best of 1 for now. We might try it out in best of 3. Actually, I'm intrigued, very intrigued. For 18 each. That's nuts. I love it. Absolutely love it. Good work, Arhenia. All right. Blood Crypt, 2 Agonizing Remorse, and Kroxa in the opening hand. Actually, this is kind of exactly what we want, right? Let's keep it. Pestilent Haze instead of Cry. If we were running Karvak, Pestilent Haze could be pretty slick. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a Swamp. Oh, and I didn't change the lands. Dang it. Ooh, Blood for Bones and Kroxa could be fun. The only issue with that is because it's at sorcery speed, you couldn't like cast Kroxa and then hit it. All right, do we want to hit Kroxa or Agonizing Remorse first? I think we want to hit Agonizing Remorse. Let's go ahead and... Ooh. Well, all these kill spells I don't really care about. Being able to exile Demonic Embrace before it goes off is nice, but let's get rid of that Blightfang. Oh, no, Castle. You know what, Paco? You're right. I need to get Castle Embereth in here. Or not Embereth. Locthwain, the black one. Such a perfect draw. I was at 5 life, so each thing should kill me, but instead I instantly killed him. Alrighty, that rules. I love it. Absolutely love it. Cool. It's a 5-2 Mire Triton. Neato. Alright, so here's the question. Do we let that stick around and just Kroxa and take another hit? Or, you know what? I think we keep Bone Crusher back to just shock it. Good morning, Shadow Malachi. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, we're gonna kill it for sure, Pakor. 100% yes. Yeah, because 5 damage in the air is not nothing. Let's go ahead and you go squish now. Yeah. If we had a sack outlet, that might have been different. But since we don't, yeah, that was definitely the right call. Let's go ahead and Agonizing Remorse. Ooh, Lily. There she is. I'm going to go ahead and let her go, because all those kill spells don't really impact us that much at all. Not going to lie. Not that big a deal. Kroxa. Avatar of Discord. What? I'm not familiar with this card at all. Now, I know a number of the other avatars. 5/3 for 3, all hybrid Rakdos, flying when Avatar of Discord enters the battlefield, sacrifice unless you discard 2 cards? Huh. That's interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and throw Bone Crusher. Homie's gonna get wrecked real fast. It's just a question of how. I'm guessing Grasping Darkness, probably. So this is interesting. We have a mono black, like, control tempo deck versus a Rakdos control tempo deck. We're gonna be here for a minute, you guys. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the Murderous Rider down as a critter, knowing full well that we're gonna pull a kill spell with it. That's cool by me. Need to get that Lily at some point. Yeah. Well, we exiled their Liliana. Oh, you mean you need to get one? Yeah, no, I hear ya. No, because I would love to get my hands on one too. So Avatar Discord. Discord is a voice chat program. Yes. Indeed, indeed. You know what? 2 Kroxa. All right, and yeah, the Witch's Oven down. Excellent. And we're going to disrupt our opponent's hand. They may have if that's an instant speed kill spell, they may have a response, which would be pretty, yeah, all right. 2 Extinction, I'll go ahead and trigger the Witch's Oven in response. To Kroxa or not to Kroxa? That is the question. It's true. That is consistently the question. Unfortunately, Murderous Rider doesn't help fill our graveyard. That is a bit of a bummer. But we'll keep, yeah. Yeah, gotta love Kroxa. Oh, they have the castle. Ugh. Well, all right. You know what? Let's go and throw this Murderous Rider down. If they try to kill it, we'll just Village Rites it and draw some cards. If not, we'll punch them to death with the Murderous Rider. Yes. So no, Avatar Discord. You're right. So Avatar Discord it helps you do voice chats as well as, you know, it's kind of the new school forums, which is pretty slick. No. Do you guys remember forums on the internet? I know I'm showing my age. Ooh, Dire Moon. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. It's a classic, really. All right, so Avatar Discord, when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice unless you discard 2 cards. So I like having, so it's 5 power in the air. That they couldn't have done that better. Thank you. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you. I'm also going to take your stuff. Make it black, I guess. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use that black mana that we just made to crack one of our food tokens and just chow down a little bit. Boom, boom. And then we're going to go ahead and Village Rites their Vampire the Dire Moon. This feels pretty good, not going to lie. Boom, boom. Yes. Yes. And we have Bone Crusher back. They're so old, you know, with the forms. I know they still exist, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like they aren't common. Am I mistaken? I probably am. All right. Yeah, this jank does run like a meta deck. You're not wrong. And I got to admit, I'm kind of okay with it. So no, you're right. As far as jank goes, I've played jankier. This is true. All right, so with that Knight of the Even Legion, they have an opportunity to pump it twice. If it wasn't for that, I'd be able to do some stuff here, but I'll go ahead and just let it roll. Being able to hit Bone Crusher on top of it is nice. Attack. Yeah, the problem is, so Arhindia, what he could do is they could pump once. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, he can pump in response. Yeah, no, I know. And he doesn't have anything else going on, so unfortunately, yeah, I guess we're stomping face. Yeah, but because now he's gonna have to keep the knight back as a blocker. If he knows what's good for him. And then once we draw into another Traitor's Greed, we'll be just fine. Alright. Oh, now I kind of wish I had that second stomp in hand. Oh, well. It's alright. It's all good. Vader on a Sengir. Oh, so with the Avatar Discord... Sorry, dude. So with the Avatar Discord, I really appreciate the... You know what? Let's just go ahead and... Let's just go ahead and stomp face right now and then throw another Bone Crusher down. Keeping Village Rights back. If they try to kill any of our stuff, we can just draw more cards. Yeah, I think we got this. We definitely got this. Yeah. We're not going to attack here. We're going to wait and attack next turn. So, yeah, so the idea of casting costs that are not mana is something I really appreciate. So with Avatar Discord, having to discard 2 cards when you cast it for 5 power in the air on turn 3, that seems like a fair rate. Like, I like that a lot, actually. 7 damage in the air. You're going to swing, you're going to hold it back to block. Yeah. Just going for something. I get that. Yeah, and they can pump it once. So, I mean, it's 10 damage. That's not nothing. Like, I see what they're going for there to try to, like, just Voltron onto Even Legion. Like, it's not bad. I respect that. And we don't even need to attack. Boom. GG's. Alright. So yeah, Rakdos tempo. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. So Veldrain of Sengir. Whoa, old school. Alright, I kind of love this. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's give this the proper overthinking treatment. Ooh, new pack. Not mad at that. Alright. Probably would help if I have my screen lined up correctly. There we go. Alright, so Veldrain of Sengir. It's a 5/5 for 7. 1 black to give it Forest Walk and -3/-0 until end of turn. That's interesting. So it's a 5. So I mean, it's expensive and it's not great, especially by today's standards. Thank you, Rania and Pocker. Thank you so much. Yeah, it gets you can give it Forest Walk apparently, which so Forest Walk, it means that if your opponent controls a forest, this creature's unblockable. So if you're going up against a green player, he's completely unblockable. However, you have to pay 3 mana, so you have to invest 10 mana into this. And what do you get? Perfect situation, you get a 2/5 unblockable for 10 mana. Yikes, dude. So, okay, so the card's not super playable, but let's take a look at the flavor. So, House Sengir is actually like an old school house, and actually, you know, as I understand it, Sengir is like from, it's an old school family within Magic that has like vampiric ties and all kinds of fun stuff. But it's okay. So, poor foolish Veldrain, he goes wherever the Baron wills him. One day he'll go to die. Helena, Dwarven Trader. Whoa! That's... Huh. Alright. And actually, I guess that kind of makes... I mean, so flavorfully speaking, so he's a foolish character. So he's impulsive, or at least that's the perception that Helena at least has of him. Yeah, Veldrain is the nuts. That's hilarious. No, I'd love to have one of these, just because it's from Homelands. It's this old school one. Oh, and actually, the errata text on it, he's a human rogue, which is interesting. So if you had any kind of rogue synergies, it's fine, I guess. But it's just so expensive for what you get. But it's a fun piece of Magic history. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. That's interesting. I like it. Also, another thing, you'll notice that it says Summon Legend, because in the, in the before time, it was actually before Kamigawa was when they introduced the Legendary rule as we know it today. Prior to that, Legend was actually a creature type. It was its own thing that had its own special rules that we now know to be the Legendary rules. To be fair, the Legendary rules have changed over time too, but Legend used to be a creature type, which is interesting. Legend and Wall were both creature types that had special rules associated with them. But yeah, interesting stuff. Oh my goodness, I love Ninja Synergies. I have a Yuriko Commander deck. Totally dig it. It's so much fun. All right, so let's keep rolling with this. Let's keep rolling this Rakdos tempo action. So that was weird that we actually ended up in like a quasi mirror match there. So I mean, I guess you could pay 10 for an unblockable thing that you could ninja out. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I think I like this hand. It's a little gumpy. Except for the little part, it's super gumpy. So never mind. Let's go ahead and mulligan this. I think this is better, oddly enough. We'll let one of the ovens go, because we sure don't need two. I do love the old card. It's great. You're not wrong. Yeah, you know me. I'm going to turn you into a swamp right now, because we don't have a... I mean, Witch's Oven on turn 1, we don't... It's not really that great of a turn 1. Oh, and I forgot to update my lands again. Oh, well. And I see my opponent is also running the default lands. Very nice. All right. All right, so my opponent's running Dimir. Having Bonecrusher Giant up could be valuable here, because we might see like a Brineborn Cutthroat. I wouldn't be surprised if... Ooh, Cunning Nightbonder. Well, same deal. Oh, man. They need to be able to... They need to do something where you can set the default land. Because like I have this fun artwork that is my default sleeves. So why not default land? All right, let's go to my end step and let's see what they play, because this is when they play. All right, I can kill that. Sorry, octopus. Why did I pluralize that for no reason? Sorry, octopus. You go squish now. All right. Yeah, they need to do something where you can set the default lands, because I have been just absolutely harvesting Jumpstart for those lands, because I love me some Jumpstart lands, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, Pie's the best. What's not to love with Pie? I guess I'm gonna put the Bonecrusher Giant down. Ouch. That Voracious Great Shark's gonna be a big old problem. Wow, and they only had to hit it for 4. Yikes. Frickin' yikes. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna try to bait another counter with the Priest here. Holy cow. Alright. Oh, the Phyrexian Swamp is 100% the best swamp. You better believe that's going to be my default when they give us an opportunity to do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and destroy that one, but it's going to be not enough, because actually I'm going to lose 2 life to the Murderous Rider, which is going to put me down to... Oh, and you have protection... Man, Dimir Flash is good, you guys. Now with 3 Fairy gone, we are going to see a whole new world of Flash. Like, Dimir Flash and Simic Flash are back, baby. Like, and actually, Dimir Flash is almost completely rotation proof, so that's not going anywhere. I think that's going to be a meta deck moving forward. And as someone, I know, GG's for sure. As someone who got completely and totally wrecked by Simic Flash for like a year, I'm not looking forward to it, not gonna lie. But yeah. So Warren Scourge Elf, card and flavor. You got it, man. Sorry I didn't see that in time. Ooh, from Lowerwind. Very nice. All right, we're on the draw. What's the likelihood that we can get a red mana source, do you think? Actually, probably not bad. Because we only need one red mana source in order to get Kroxa moving, and we also need one red mana source in order to get Bedevil online. And we have Village Rites for our second Kroxa to draw some cards. So yes, Grape, I'm sorry I didn't see it. Oh, Paco, you're right. I do need to change my lands. I keep forgetting about this. It's time to overthink and change lands. So Warren Scourge Elf, yeah, I have it up right now. And actually, while my opponent is taking their time. So Warren Scourge Elf, it's a 1/1 for 2 with protection from goblins. Ah, I love it. So elves and goblins are like two of the go-to tribes in this game, especially for like small go-wide strategies. So I love the idea of them just hating on each other. Like, that's so much fun. And I have no doubt that in Lorwyn there were a lot of goblins, so this seems like a really great pickup in like draft and like an interesting sideboard card if you're playing just full-on elf ball where you just want elves on the field. If you're in a meta where you're likely to go up against goblins, so like in Historic right now, this would be really useful. Really useful, actually, being able to just soak up like a Muxus or something. Well, and also there are cards out there like Goblin Pile Driver, which get really freaking huge really fast. And so having a creature that has protection from that you can just put in front of it is awesome. So no, Warren Scourge Elf, this is fun. And Warren Scourge, because goblins live in Warrens. I love it. And our opponent still has not decided to go just yet. Looks like possibly a disconnect. We'll keep it, because there's also a really good chance we're not playing this game. Yeah. It seems every game has rivalry, even in Dwarf Fortress. Right? Oh my goodness, the new Master Swords are fantastic, Broken Shadows. Yeah, those the specialty artwork on those. Oh, the flavor of the Warren Scourge Elf. Yeah, you got it. Because we have time, it would seem. If one can associate any virtue with the eye blights, whew, it is the talent some achieve in disposing of them. I have seen the slaying of boggarts raised nearly to an art form. Fiala, Gilt Leaf Winnower. Holy cow. I love the idea of calling it the eye blights. That is like, they're so ugly that's their that's their name. Like, I find that fascinating. And that's insane. And this flavor text, the idea of destroying goblins just being your thing, and to a point where it's an art form, that's pretty great, I gotta say. And it's funny, you can see actually a goblin warren in the background that has just been completely and totally wrecked. And actually this is also the cool guys don't look at explosion pose. If you really look at it, this elf is just like walking away, not looking at all the destruction that he's leaving behind him, just strutting off into the distance as the sun is setting. It's pretty slick, not gonna lie. Hey, we won. Neat. All right, cool. So we have lands to change. Let's see. I wish we could sort the lands by set, because I would definitely be sorting by Jumpstart. Because I mean, look at these. Like, these Jumpstart lands are freaking awesome, and I do fortunately have the Phyrexian Swamp, so that is definitely what we're going with. Although I gotta admit the Witchcraft Swamp's pretty slick too. All right. But yeah, so we have the Phyrexian Swamp. Excellent. Right? Bakar, that's hilarious. That's a normal goblin warren. I mean, fair enough. No, Arhenia, that's exactly right. It's like, yep, well, it's another day at work. And just walk off. Yep, exactly. Phantom Warrior. Yeah, actually, Phantom Warrior is a fun card, especially in a deck with ninja synergies. Only when I saw my enemy walk through all my defenses, untouchable as the moon in the sky, did I truly know what it is to be afraid. A King Ixis M20. Oh my goodness, that rules. Hey, wait, that's the M20 version that we have right now? I didn't realize that was in M20. Freaking what? Oh yeah, sure enough. That's awesome. Yeah, only when I saw my enemy walk through all of my defenses. That's a fun thing, guys. Actually, flavor text is in Arena, but it's only when you hover over it, because it doesn't impact gameplay. They took it off the card for mid-game. All right, so the construction of a defense is not accomplished by adding bricks. I like that. Phantom Warrior comes from nowhere and returns there just as quickly. Okay, fair enough. And then there are as many pillows of illusion as flakes in a snowstorm. We wake from one dream into another dream by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love the real quotes. Man, old school Magic cards. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull that one up, because we need to give this one a second. Old school Magic cards have There are a lot of older ones that actually include real world quotes. Where is it? Actually, you know what? Oh, there it is. Wow, that was from 9th edition when they did that? Interesting. Yeah, so we have, like, real world quotes on some of these cards, which I dig. There's something so special about that. But I can also understand why they moved away from it, because it does kind of break the illusion of the game. Like, it does break the immersion a little bit, because it reminds us of our own world. Actually, it's interesting. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I think there are some cards that actually have, like, biblical, like, passages on them, which is, like, bonkers when you think about it. Here's one. There's actually a card that I really enjoy is Dark Banishing. Not that particular artwork, because yikes. But, oh no, it has a quote from, oh, that's the Italian. I should probably find the English version of this. There we go. So it actually has a quote from Romeo and Juliet. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, which is just fun. Yeah. Ha! Banishment? Be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. So yeah, actually there's William Shakespeare on Magic cards. Like, that's a thing that used to exist that we just don't have anymore. All right. Adriana's Valor. Ooh, a conspiracy. Okay, I gotta be honest. I'm not... Okay, so hidden agenda. Start the game with this conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name a card. You may return this conspiracy face up at any time and reveal the chosen name. Okay, so this is your trap card. It's a secret that you get to have, and you can activate it at any point. Everyone knows that you have a conspiracy, but they don't know what it is. Okay, whenever a creature you control with the chosen name attacks, you may pay 1 white. If you do, that creature gains indestructible till end of turn. Oh, it's just a combat trick chilling in your command zone. That's awesome. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's just a fun little something. But it does cost 1 white. So this conspiracy basically gives you a God's Willing. Well, it's indestructible, so it's not quite the same, but it gives you a combat trick to protect your stuff just chilling in the command zone. That's nice. I like it. It's simple, it's clean, it works. That's pretty slick. Yeah. Very cool. So, we need to fix our mountains, too. What is up, Beans? Welcome back, my friend. Welcome. Dean! How are you doing, my dude? And welcome, Raiders! I love you all, guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are the absolute best. Oh my goodness. How is it going, everybody? Ramia's MTGA, rock on. Cold Winter Mornings, what is up? Hot B Hobbsy, love it. Oh my goodness, I love the Dean, your emotes are on point. Like, I gotta say, the emotes are lovely. I gotta say, I appreciate it. They're just simple, they're clean, they do the job. Feeling the hype. I'm doing well. How about you, Beans? So, Dean, how was your stream? It is Hambox on a Wednesday. You better believe it. Yeah, I'm here. Ooh, okay. All right, so Cold Winter Mornings. Let's see. Silly voice style. I'm envisioning, like, the puppet from Full House. So, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, he would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But if a woodchuck can't chuck wood, well, then what's a woodchuck doing? Why are they called a woodchuck? Am I right? And what's the deal with airplane food? All right. Forcing Sultai post bans. Dean, I love it. Like, it's funny, actually. So I was challenged this morning to come up with a Rakdos tempo deck, and we just ended up building Rakdos Sacrifice. Because when you're building Rakdos, it's just what you end up with. But I gotta say, it's actually really fun. Like, it works quite well. So yeah, I love and actually I do have Thought Distortion in there because, I mean, you and I both know Thought Distortion is just wonderful. Yeah, which is fun because I'd actually originally forgotten about it. But yeah, the ultimate goal of this deck is just Kroxa forever and just prevent your opponent from doing what they want to do. That's the idea anyway. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good when it hits against the right deck. Against aggro, it's just a dead draw, but, you know, that's why we have them, like, loaded in the sideboard, and we have one just in case. Yeah. Show Dean some Beans Brawl. Ooh. Oh, really, Dean? I got to say, I've played a handful of Beans' decks, and they're quite delightful. Yeah, it's fun. Like it's interesting. It works. It ends up playing actually pretty similar to a meta deck. Like I feel like we can actually ladder with this pretty comfortably because, as it turns out, Rakdos is really good. But I was just fixing. The default lands popped up, which is unacceptable. So I was just getting in here to change the lands around, because I have a handful of the jumpstart lands. So let's use them. Oh, too far. I'm too excited. We got the lightning land. That's fine, I guess. You know, the beans action. You know what? I think I like the dragon lands. It doesn't really fit what we're doing, but it's just a beautiful piece of art. So let's go ahead and go for it. You know, we can do some beans brawl, but let's first off, I do want to show off this Rakdos tempo deck. So let's go ahead and jump into a quick best of one game. Hopefully we actually get to play it this time, unlike the last one where our opponent was just like, here, take a win. Which, I mean, free win, I'm not mad, but I do like to play the game. You know, that is kind of why we're here. But yeah, no, so Dean, I love this. The bands, like, this past Monday, you know, like, I woke up and I was like, it's Monday morning. I gotta get ready for work. All right, here we go. And then Wizards was just like, "Happy Monday!" And it's like, "Holy crap, Christmas came early!" I was just, yeah, I was over the moon. Yeah, it was the best. And it was one of those definitely a better late than never kind of situation. Because let's be honest, Wilderness Wreck has been a problem for a long time. But at the same time, like, it's better late than never. I'm glad they did something. Yeah, no, it should have been banned a long time ago. And I've been saying... Oh, you made a poem for Cauldron Familiar? Oh, that's right, Beans, that's right. Poor Cauldron Familiar. But, you know what? I'm glad that they got rid of Cauldron Familiar, not because, like, I didn't think the combo was that big of a problem. Like, it wasn't super oppressive, in my opinion. But at the same time, the moment you get rid of 3 Fairy and Wilderness Wreck, the moment you gut the Wilderness Wreck, or, you know, the Teamer Wreck strategy and the Bant Ramp strategy, which they definitely did. They just, like, scooped the guts out of those things. That was a really offensive image. I'm sorry, guys. But once they just... I've also heard that banning referred to as just a headshot. Like, they just took the meta and just wrecked it. Because of that, Rakdos Sacrifice is going to be the default. Like, it's just going to be the thing that everybody's playing. You know, he said while playing Rakdos Sacrifice, kind of. Ooh, we can start Luris and Kroxa, but we need to get Joel Rail out of here because she's gonna provide so much value. Yeah, so no, I'm super jazzed that 3 Fairy's gone. Like, I feel like that card's been a huge problem for a long time. You know what? Yeah. I was actually second guessing that, thinking we should have thrown Bone Crusher because if they do have any kind of hate, I want to point it at Bone Crusher, not Luris. But I'm not worried about it. So we got a Bant Ramp situation, just without all the Bant Ramp stuff. So, alright. Neato. Show me your secrets. What do you got? So, Green Seeker. A rumor passes among the snakes, whispered by the rushes, inspiring the seekers. The goddess Freyalise is alive in Sky Shroud. Ooh, I like that. Man, why you gotta go and do that, huh? Why you gotta go and have a sublime epiphany? I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at all, as a matter of fact. Just for that, I'm stomping your face. Am I petty? Absolutely. All right. That was not the right play either. I didn't realize I hadn't hit my land drop. I could have just put Luris back down or played a Bone Crusher Giant. That would have been 100% the right thing to do. Oh, well. Holy Uros. All right. Good thing you're still here. All right, so Green Seeker. It's a 1/1. Oh, Spell Shapers are awesome. I love Spell Shapers. All right, I think it's time to disrupt some hands. So let's go ahead and Luris Kroxa. We got the Kroxa Luris loop alive. Oh, once we get our hands on a Thought Distortion, you know, you better believe we're going to use it. We don't have one at the moment, unfortunately. So it's a 1/1 Spell Shaper. Tap, discard a card, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Oh, that's lovely. You can just turn any land. You're going to get bedeviled hard, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. Yeah, no. Get out of here, Ugin. And a Holy Bone Crushers. All right. That bedevil just gave us a shot. I gotta say, pretty jazzed about this. So I like the idea. The Green Seeker is great, actually. A little 1/1 elf. So it does cost 1 green and tap to discard a card. And so, yeah, that's not bad at all. Spell Shapers, by the way, are a creature type from back in the day that have the ability to pay some form of mana, tap them, and discard a card to get an effect. So you basically transform any card in your hand into a different effect that you want. I really hope we draw into a Village Rites here. That would be killer. Village Rites or an Oven. Either way, I'd be happy with either of those. It's not quite what I was hoping for, but okay, whatever. There's a non-zero chance that Uro is going to let us draw that. So let's see what happens. All right, Trader's Greed. Let's go ahead and turn that into red mana, and I'll use that +1. No! All right, if we draw a Village Rites, I'm going to be really, really sad now. Yeah, so I'm really hoping we draw Oven. Really hoping we draw Oven. If we draw Village Rites, okay, well, yep. Put that down, sure, why not? And we're just going to eat one of their grazers, but still, we get to eat a grazer. And I would block with a card grazer. That way it goes into the graveyard so that once I inevitably kill your Uro, you can, Really? You're going to cycle a Shark Typhoon? About that. Yeah, so Spell Shapers are interesting. Yeah, so Terror of the Peaks be a nice top end with Kroxa and Lures. Potentially. Actually, that could work. That certainly could work. So Wooden Sphere, whenever a player casts a green spell, you may pay 1 if you do gain 1 life. Yeah, strengthened by 1,000 limbs. Interesting. Oh man, Dean, thank you so much, and thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, have an awesome lunch and the rest of your day. All right, so let's see. We do have what it takes to escape Kroxa, which is lovely. Not gonna lie. So let's see. We can do Village Rites. There it is. There it is. You'll love to see it. All right. So I'm really hoping... Although, actually, you know what? If they do swing Uro at our Kroxa, I am totally cool with just letting a clash of the Titans ensue. Aether Gust, eh? I'm actually not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, go on top. There are far worse fates. Alright, Bone Crusher Giant, speaking of worse fates, you are going to soak up an Uro next turn. And I'm sorry in advance. Yeah, because sometimes you just need to have, sometimes Giants just need to duke it out. Actually, you know what does... You know what? I'm actually not going to have that Bone Crusher Giant soak up that Elder Giant this time. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... So, my thought here, by playing another Bone Crusher Giant, I can now theoretically gang block. Except, I'm going to attack, so I'm going to make it look like I don't know what I'm doing. Instead, I have another Bone Crusher. I have Stomp back, so if they swing into it, I can block with the Bone Crusher and Stomp. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. They're just gonna... They're gonna uptick Ugin to kill my Bone Crusher Giant. I'm gonna be super duper uber hella sad. Alright. Go ahead and Village Rites this. Give me 2 cards. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's annoying. No, you're not allowed to control me. I'm supposed to be controlling you, jerkface. What are you doing? Erg. Alright. And yes, I'm calling my opponent a jerkface. Because here... A Skyship Weatherlight. The Weatherlight's actually a really slick... Yeah, the Weatherlight is just an awesome piece of the lore. It's actually a flying ship, you know, like Final Fantasy style. That is just has been a key piece for such a long time. For real? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got nothing. Yeah, we're like way dead. They're giving me something to stomp though, so that's not nothing, I guess. It's cold comfort though. I'm gonna put this down so that, I mean, they're just gonna uptick Ugin into it, but whatever. It's all good. Yeah, Ugin is incredibly strong. And to be fair, like, I run Ugin in my colorless deck, so I can't be mad when I get wrecked by him, but still, it's annoying. Yeah, like, and the fact that my opponent here is, like, sticking to Bant Ramp, like, this is clearly the Bant Ramp shell. And despite Growth Spiral and 3-Fairy getting banned, you know, that deck got weakened dramatically, but there's still clearly enough good stuff in those colors to still be a fine, like, tier 2 deck. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. All right, so Skyship Weatherlight. So it's an artifact for 4. When Skyship Weatherlight enters play, search your library for any number of artifacts and/or creature cards, remove them from the game, then shuffle your library. Okay. Pay 4, tap, choose a card at random that was removed from the game. Put that card in your hand. Oh, so you create like a separate little library, but you have to pay 4 and then you can draw from it. That's interesting. I'm not mad at that. The way that I would want to play this is have 1 of something that I want and just tutor up for it. Because it can be any creature or artifact. So that's not bad. Yeah, you should probably run Ugin in all of the decks, because it's just so good. But yeah, Skyship Weatherlight, that actually reminds me very much of a card that I really enjoy called Parallel Thoughts, which is an enchantment for 5. When it comes into play, search your library for 7 cards, put them face, like, shuffle them and then put them face down off to the side, and if you withdraw, you can actually draw from the library that Parallel Thoughts created rather than your actual library. And so Skyship Weatherlight seems to function similarly, where you can create a separate little library. However, you need to pay 4 and draw from it, but you don't give up your draw steps. So it's additional cards. It's expensive, but it's additional cards, and you get some choice as to what they are. So this is the kind of thing I would like to build around. So yeah, Grape, you know my style, man, because this is an interesting card that has some fun implications, and the upside is very much there. It's a really powerful tutor that could theoretically get you multiple cards that are very specific. So that's not bad at all. Yeah, no, I kind of like that. Cool. So let's go ahead and keep on rolling. Works a bit like Idol of Endurance. Oh yeah, I suppose it does. Yeah, Beans, I suppose it does. So Idol of Endurance does that same thing just from the graveyard. So anything that's died, you can tuck it away and then, yeah, pull it back with that. Yeah. No, you're right. Bag of Holding is another one that does something similar. Ooh. Here we go. Now we're talking. Oh, I'm the worst. This is lovely. I would prefer this be a Village Rites rather than a Witch's Oven, but I'm still not mad. Pale Thoughts were best with no hand decks. Oh, so Evil Unicorn Nymph, thank you so much for joining. So when you say no hand decks, meaning ones that where you just end up playing your hand out so fast that, yeah, so being able to basically pick what you're, almost pick what you're top decking, it's pretty great. Yeah, absolutely. So the other thing that Parallel Thoughts actually lets you do is you can skip your draw with it, if that's something that's valuable. So if you run out your library, being able to just not draw, so you just won't lose until you get, your Jace or Thassa's Oracle online, is really useful. And they could be under your Parallel Thoughts. So Suicidal Charge, sacrifice Suicidal Charge. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 till end of turn. Those creatures attack this turn if able. Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, any situation where you can set up a really solid defense and then force your opponent to smash into it is awesome. And the fact that it gives -1/-1 on top of it, and it's an enchantment, so they'll see it coming. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Like, that's so mean. I love it. All right, we're going into full control mode because we gotta. Yep, autopay. That's fine, but I don't want to miss my opportunity to get some food. They think they're winning, but they're just lining up to beat dinner. Oh my goodness, that's rough. Yeah, this hand is indeed evil. Oh, very cool. Oh, where you discard the whole hands for both players. Right, I got you. Yep. Yes. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate that. And there any other raiders from Dean's stream, like, Dean's one of the good ones, no question. And so, yeah, thanks. You all have fine taste in streamers, if I do say so. So, at the risk of sounding super self-serving, but yes, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right. So Trader's Greed in our hand here is just the worst, the absolute worst. All right, this is gonna come in tapped. We're gonna go ahead and throw Kroxa one more time because we're the worst. And by we, I mean I am the worst. And that Garrick's Harbinger is for sure gonna get stolen next turn, just to get chucked into the oven. And I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so Suicidal Charge, I love it. I think that is a super fun situation, and definitely in Commander games. So you better believe, like, next opportunity I have to run a Commander in those colors, I'm for sure doing that. All right. Do I want to wait until they have Garrick down? Nah, I don't. What am I? Who am I kidding? You, get over here. Doesn't really matter. White mana, for sure, fine, whatever. Go ahead and eat some food. Nom nom nom. Crack. And I want to put my thought distortion at the bottom. Meh. And then sacrifice Garrick's Harbinger. Blah blah blah. Wild Squirrel, hello my friend, welcome, welcome. Post-ban ladder, oh my goodness, it's so much better. Yeah, no, the post-ban ladder is so much better than the old school ladder, for sure. It's like, what flavor of oppressive control do you want to partake in? It's like, well, I'd rather not. Ooh, Questing Beast, that's all very good, very very good. Do we Extinction Event here? I think we Extinction Event here. Because they're getting mana screwed. We are playing Rakdos food. That's exactly what we're doing. Absolutely. You know what? Yeah, because the other things they're going to throw down are going to be even anyway. So we can hit those with Murderous Rider. We can't hit Garrick's Harbinger with that. So let's go ahead and get that thing out of here. The amount of cards they're going to draw off that is going to be gross. Yeah, no, this is just full-on Rakdos food at this point, which I'm not mad at. Oh, you're janked well, Evil Unicorn? I'm so glad to hear that. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Ooh, Yorvo, what up, dog? I'm holding the kill spell back for you. All right. Dills McKay, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so this is a, I was challenged to build a Rakdos, tempo list, and so this is what we came up with. And I gotta say, I'm not mad at it so far. Ooh. Hello, Priest, how are you doing? We're gonna go ahead and sack this Fabled Passage, turning it into a swamp. And hello, Kroxa, how do you do? We're going to have to let one Kroxa go. That's fine. Unless our opponent is running Exile, which they're mono green, so I'm not counting on it. I think we're going to be okay. Let's wreck that hand a little bit. They have plenty to discard, though, unfortunately, so that's not really an issue. Ooh, Heroic Intervention. That means they have at least one more Heroic Intervention in their hand. Guaranteed. I'll be shocked if they don't. All right. It was legal at the time, Growth Spiral bans, but still. Got it. Oh, I got you, Evil Unicorn. Yeah, no, Growth Spiral definitely hit a lot. Actually, that ban hit a lot of folks. And as someone who was really, I wasn't really loving the previous setup, so I love those bans. I cannot sing enough praises for the bans that Wizards has bestowed upon us. Now I really wish I had that Kroxa in the graveyard. Oh well. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and swing. Yeah, no, in our hand, you're right. I did miss an opportunity to eat some food, which is a bummer, because food's delicious. I mean, who doesn't love food? Am I right? No, you're right. There is no cat to bring back. This but that's okay. Ooh, taken to the face. All right, because they desperately need to. Play it right or sack 2. Play Lurrus, get it back. Yeah. Kroxa and Squee are married. Oh. Those two actually would work really, really nicely together. Ooh, sack 2. Arhenia, I see what you're saying. Ooh, shifting Ceratops. Oh, that would have hurt the. No, you're right. Yeah, we could have gotten Kroxa back. Nom 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 food. No, Arhenia, I'm sorry. I missed an opportunity. You're right. But we're going to get at least one more attack trigger with Kroxa, so that's not nothing. Totally forgot that Bob and Oro and Kroxa was first for Dragonfire Blitz with Thunder Red. No, Wild Squirrel, that's okay. I've gotten hit by that too. It's not pleasant. Yeah, feels real bad actually. Lurrus Kroxa Priest combo. Yeah. The Lurrus Kroxa Priest combo is legit. Alright, let's see what they do. If they double up Gang Block, I'm going to let them. Laugh at an inside joke? Sure. Alright. I'm cool with this. Of course they have Heroic Intervention. So do we sack... you know what? Let's draw cards off this one. Because we'll still get Priest of Forgotten Gods online. Indeed. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity before the Indestructible resolves to stomp on one of their Visionaries. Nightmare Shepherd. Mother effing Nightmare Shepherd. All right. Actually, I don't want to sacrifice the Nightmare Shepherd. Alright, and I would have played Lurrus, except I wouldn't be able to pull Kroxa out and sack this turn, so... Oh yeah, no, gotta start the day with a laugh, absolutely. No, ooh. Oh yeah, no, the 5/5 demon guy, the Archfiend's Vessel, yeah, no, that with Lurrus is insane, no question. And fortunately, when you do that, Archfiend's Vessel exiles, so you can't just loop that, because oh my goodness, that would be gross. Oh, with the Invulnerability Dog too. The Invulnerability Dog is legit, no question. That card is very strong. Alright. Alright, cool. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Show me your secrets. What do you got? Alchemy's Vessel and Selfish Savior. Oh my goodness. Yeah, with Lurrus, that's insane. That's City and Bone? What is I'm not following, I'm afraid. Oh, but you're right. Yeah, I got you. Do you want to get rid of the Heroic Intervention or Garrick? I think I want to get rid of Garrick. That thing is going to be a problem when it comes down. Yeah. And Heroic Intervention, I can work around that. Tundra Wolves. All right. From drawing Henge or oh my goodness. Yeah, the Planeswalkers are Henge. Exactly. Anything where they can get recurring value, we're in rough shape. But until then, we're golden. All right, so here we go. Full control, baby. All right, we're gonna go ahead and escape Kroxa. We're then going to activate the Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Target player loses 2 life, sacrifice a creature. That sounds great. That would be you. And we're going to go ahead and sacrifice Kroxa, because Kroxa's going to die anyway. Then I'll also let the Murderous Rider go. Alright. Really? Tundra Wolves is a busted mutate target? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Luris to recast Kroxa. All day, every day. That's for sure happening. Yeah, that's nasty. I kind of love it. And in fact, I kind of want to put there's a part of me that would love to have Kaya's Ghost Form in here so we can loop Luris and do it twice in one turn. Yeah, Luris is insanely strong. You can nerf the companion mechanic and Luris doesn't stop being an amazing card. So two-part question. If Arc Vessel gets reanimated, do you get a chance to respond? If so, would it fizzle the demon trigger since the ability wouldn't have a vessel to exile? I believe you exile as a cost. Therefore, that wouldn't impact that. Unfortunately, because I like where your head's at. Yeah. Tundra Wolves. It's a 1/1 with first strike. You know, I wouldn't call that a busted mutate target, but it's a rock solid mutate target. Absolutely. This is the right move on my opponent's part. So I'm going to go ahead and let the Bone Crusher trade with the Questing Beast. I'm cool with that. Kind of wish I had the Nightmare Shepherd online, but I'm not mad. It'll be okay. And yeah, I'm going to let that resolve rather than sack because I need that Questing Beast dead. All right, cool. And we're going to go ahead and ride... Oh. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but we're going to go ahead and throw down a Nightmare Shepherd. If Arcane Vessel leaves the battlefield while it's triggered ability on staff, you can't exile it from the zone. So if you... Oh, very cool. Wild Scroll, that's awesome. I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, he way did, Broken Shadows. So with Nightmare Shepherd down, we cast Kroxa, the Kroxa out of our hand. That Kroxa dies, a new Kroxa comes back, so that's 2 triggers right there. Then we lure us out one of our Kroxas and get two more triggers. That was disgusting. It's Nuggy Night? Oh, that's right. So, anybody out there who's curious, Grape actually mods at, on another streamer's channel. If you wanted to shout out that other streamer, go for it, man. Grape actually donated to this other streamer's channel to force him to try to eat 100 chicken nuggets. It's gonna be rough. I have no doubt. So anyway, yeah, Grape, if you want to shout out your boy in the chat, by all means, please do. That sounds like it's gonna be fun. Ooh, what brawl do we want to play? That's a good question, actually. So after this game, actually, we can throw down on some brawl. Yeah, this deck is disgusting. Yeah, I'm really digging it, not gonna lie. Ooh, we got Orzhov with the Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Very nice, very nice. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I was gonna throw Kroxa, but I think I need to hold back so I can Bone Crusher their Priest. Vizier of what? So they're running a mass? I'm confused. Lazotep Reaver I'd understand, but Vizier of Scorpions? I mean, I guess it makes a 1/1 Death Touch. That ain't bad, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, no, our opponent's rocking Orzhov, which is an interesting look, not gonna lie. Full control. Oh yeah, Angrath, you're probably right. I love drawing extra cards. So yeah, 3 mana. Get Kroxa in my graveyard. Get the Kroxa trigger. Draw 2 cards. Man, that seems good. The 100 Nuggies. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, turn 3 Judith. Yeah, we might be. Yeah, so we're not. I mean. Yeah, it's kind of weird because yeah, you would think. I mean, I see Footlight Fiend. I just assume Rakdos, but in this case, it's not. So here's the question: do we want to hold back? Ooh, all right, interesting. That's pretty aggressive play, but I'm not mad at it. Do we want to hold the mana back for Bedevil, or do we want to get Nightmare Shepherd online? I think I want to get Nightmare Shepherd online because that's going to stop their advance a bit. Man, they are really just mortgaging their board presence. Unless, actually, it looks like that might be exactly what they're designed to do. So I guess I can kind of appreciate that. If the whole goal is to just village rights rotate through creatures, I mean, that's not nothing. And they're going to have kill spells. There's no way Nightmare Shepherd survives. Oh, yeah, no, Nightmare Shepherd is for sure hosed. There's no way. Ooh. All right. I do love me a good Cruel Celebrant, and given the engine that they've kind of got going, Cruel Celebrant makes sense. But they're dependent on cards in their hand. They don't have any permanent sack outlets. That's a real downside. Yeah, that's a real issue for them. Yeah, I'm not going to let that Cruel Celebrant go off. That thing's got to get out of here. Yeah, they're running an interesting setup, for sure. No question. Yeah, no, Wild Squirrel, you're 100% right. He is definitely going to regret that. Unless he's just late to the party. I mean, there may be a kill spell coming, because, I mean, there ought to be. If not, we got a Thought Distortion coming their way next turn. Assuming they draw anymore, I guess, actually. Would it make sense for us to Thought Distortion? I mean, they got 2 cards in hand. There it is. All right. So, Broken Shadows, he wants revenge and blood, but mostly revenge and... Whoa. There's an infinite life drain combo with Woe Strider, Divine Visitation, Cruel Celebrants, and Bishop of Wings. What? That sounds so gumpy and awkward. I love it. Let's go ahead and... Let's have Bone Crusher down. I'm going to hold the Thought Distortion back for now, because they've only got 1 card in hand. So there's a good chance that's going to be a whiff. Meanwhile, if they hit another Village Rights... Scry Bottom. Come on, show me Scry Bottom. Ooh, I see Hesitation. That's good. So when I see my opponent hesitate on a Scry, it means they're seeing something that's fine, but it's not really what they want. That's good. Oh, and they kept it on top. Yes. All right, so their plan B is available to them, which I'm okay with giving them access to their plan B. And I'll block here, knowing full well there's probably a combat trick. Oh, there's Death Touch. That's what it is. All right, that's fine. Okay. I guess let's see. Let's see what you got. Oh, nothing. All right. Okay, you're not as mod grape. I didn't realize that. I just know you're just killing the mod game, so I assumed. Got it. Yeah, some time to sleep would be good. Or so I hear. You know, I should have bedeviled the Vizier Scorpions. I missed an opportunity there. But it's cool. We got Kroxa coming out next turn. And they just got rid of their hand. Cool. Oh my goodness, bacon is the absolute best. It's true. You're eating bacon and eggs. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, that sounds wonderful, actually. I kind of want to get me some of that. Not gonna lie. All right. I'm thinking we're gonna be bedeviling that Cruel Celebrant before long. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the one you got, just cause. Yeah, I don't want you to get 2 triggers. Yeah. I've got another bedevil for your other Cruel Celebrant as well. Yeah, that's happening. Boom, get you gone. Oh, we're number 6? That's fantastic. Dude, thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for helping support this stream. This kind of the silly nonsense that I'm up to. I appreciate you guys. Oh yeah, we have over 100 viewers. Holy cow, you guys are fantastic. Thank you all for being here. For real, like big time, thank you. So 1/3 of a pig and we got all the bacon. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Ate bacon every day for 2 months. Gained weight. Had trouble with the bathrooms. Wild squirrel. That's hilarious. And I'm right there with you. I'd be all about that. Boom. All right. And so we could start messing with our opponent's... We could mess with our opponent's graveyard using Agonizing Remorse. Or not. You know, we've got him next turn. Bandit, what up? Only spread the smells. No! Alright, in response, we'll go ahead and draw some cards. That feels good. Rock on, Bandit. How are you doing, my dude? Holy extinction events. Alright. Neat, I suppose. Let's just go ahead and remove one of those Cruel Celebrants from the graveyard just because I feel like it, and ultimately want to get another card in the graveyard just in case something goes awry next turn, and we do need to escape Kroxa. These are your Scorpions. Rock on. Couldn't help but notice you have an odd converted mana cost. Alright, fine, fine. And just like that, Trader's Greed, baby. And then I'm going to use that 2 mana to stomp their face. Okay, cool. Always good down under. Glad to hear it. Dragon Steel, welcome, welcome. Man, you guys are the best. Thank you all for being here. Again, thank you so much. I cannot say it enough. I'm sorry if that gets old, but the truth is, well, I appreciate you. Accept my love, dang it.